Popular music video director T.G. Omori took to his Twitter account to write, "I just watched the movie on Netflix today that almost ruined my IQ." Yeah, I guess we all know the movie he's talking about, but then maybe for some fear factor of the sort or something, a lot of people have been keeping mute, especially veterans in the Nollywood industry. But don't worry, that's why you've got me. I am here today to spill it out as it is. You get, I'm here to bring out the cat from the bag and say it exactly as it is. Don't worry, at this particular junction, I would like you to use me as your mouthpiece because I'm going to say it with my full chest. I know, the movie he's talking about is Kesari. Yes, you heard me right. Kesari.
Ifá ní ọmọ tá ń dáfà rẹ̀ alágbára ọmọ ni lóòótọ́. Ọmọ yìí wáyé ọwọ́ ajagun ni.
Tí àjànàkú bá rí kọjá lójú alájà kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe òfò.
Wonderful! Tèmi wọ́n ní ìdí ìjákòtú pẹ̀kì. Ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé irú olè bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe olè lásán.
As we all know, we give our honest opinions right here and honest opinions only, without bias. Is this movie truly IQ reducing, or that was just an exaggerated opinion? Let's dive right in. Hey movie lovers, I'm Jacquard, and today we're reviewing the movie Kesari. Kesari is an action-packed movie that made its grand entrance into the cinemas August 25th, 2023, and was also released on Netflix on the 31st of May 2024, and it has since gained a lot of ground, but not for reasons you probably might be thinking about, but for the wrong reasons actually, because it came out with the heavy disappointment, I must say. The movie is about the legendary deity, Kesari, who turns into a notorious armed robber who defends the poor and squares off with a ruthless police chief when he reincarnates as a crime boss devoted to wealth redistribution.
Ifá ní ọmọ tá ń dáfà rẹ̀ alágbára ọmọ ni lóòótọ́. Ọmọ yìí wáyé ọwọ́ ajagun ni.
See, I don't think we need to waste time on this particular one. Let's just go straight to the point. Normally, I'm a huge fan of Itele, the icon, but on this one, brother me Itele, come up bro, kasi mo jale, try sir. Try. Because I don't understand, how do you move from being the defender of the helpless to becoming an armed robber and to becoming a Robin Hood within the speed of a second? I honestly have to say, a lot of things were wrong with this movie. A lot of things, a lot. Let us even start with the casting. I think the casting was casting gone wrong. In my honest opinion, it was casting gone wrong. Sincerely speaking, because I felt there were a lot of actors and actresses, so to say, in this movie that were not necessary. I'm sorry to say, people like Von Jegede, for example, I feel she wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for her to be in this movie. People like Macaroni. A little digression. I think it's high time we stopped Macaroni from acting roles like this. I've seen him in a couple of movies acting as a criminal, and in my honest opinion, it doesn't fit him. It doesn't fit. I don't know why these producers still keep forcing him to act these roles, but I think it doesn't fit him, honestly speaking. And I think DME did not do a good job, because DME is one of my own personal most respected actors in the industry, and I was expecting more, but I don't know. The whole thing was just wrong in this movie. From all the cast entirely, there was not even a single person I could see did well that I could even give an applaud. Yeah, these are veterans, so we expected much from them, so I was highly disappointed. I'm talking about comic relief. The comic relief was nah. It was totally bland. What was that thing Yemi Elisha was trying to do in the movie? I don't understand. He was just trying to put some comic relief here and there, and it wasn't relieving anything at all. Sincerely speaking, it wasn't relieving anything. It was like, let's just get over with this movie. That's people talk about the VFX. The VFX was more of a comic relief than what Yemi Elisha was even trying to do. Sincerely speaking, the VFX was a joke. I'm just saying it as it is. The VFX was a joke. Yeah, I was seeing gunshots, like they were gunshot, and I could see like those bullet holes. They were moving around the screen from the platform where the bullets were supposed to enter, and it was all just funny. Even the flash thing that Itele was trying to do, like the Kesari himself running around, and the flash was not flashing at all. It was more like somebody that was jogging around the field or was preparing for an 100 meters sprint or something like that. And it was totally terrible. Sincerely speaking, it was totally terrible. It was totally terrible. What about the sound effect? I'm a huge fan of sound in movies. I can tell you, like I always tell people that movies, or good movies rather, they are made up of 50% good sound and 50% good acting and directing and what have you. But in this movie, the sound effect was so terrible. There were lots of scenes where you could see the sound effect, or you could hear the sound effect overshadowing the things that the actors were trying to say. So there were times that I had to like plug in my earpods so that I could hear clearly what they were trying to say in those scenes. I know they were trying to, the sound effect people or the guys behind the sound effect, they were trying to make sure that, or I don't know, maybe they were trying to infuse this action packed, I don't understand, this action packed effect using the sounds, but I think at some point it was going overboard and it was just all over the place. The sound was going all over the place and I really was not feeling it. Sincerely speaking, I really was not feeling it. And there was something that got me really angry about this movie, and that was the nudity scene. It was totally unnecessary. Please, I don't know what seriously, what is going on with Nigerian industry right now, like the movie industry. They're just trying to force nudity on us. Like, I don't understand. Okay, I would have understood if this movie was, maybe let's say, a movie that involves like romance or something like that. Okay, you're now bringing nudity into it. Okay, I would have still given it the pass, but I felt that part was not necessary because it had no connection to do with the entire movie. There was no form of censoring in that particular scene, and I think they went overboard. I think that was too much. It was too much. Or being an African that I am, I think we Africans are people that we take pride in morality, and I think that was not it. Especially given the fact that the movie was a Yoruba movie, and that does not stand for anything the Yoruba culture. As a Yoruba person myself, it doesn't portray anything the Yoruba culture stands for, and that was an insult, I must say, on the entire Yoruba culture as a whole. That was an insult because we Yorubas, we pride in morality, and that was a lot of immorality, if you would ask me. The most painful part of this movie, to me, which was the final straw that broke the camel's back, not my own camel, was the fact that this movie is star-studded. We had veteran actors in this movie, ranging from Odunlade Adekola to Abdulateef Adedimeji, Adeyemi Okanlawon, Voyin Jegede, Femi Adebayo Salami, and loads of others. And I was highly disappointed to see a movie that had this much stars come out as a flop. And as an advice for Brother Itele, I think going further in subsequent projects, I think you should learn to take a step back, because I discovered that this movie was actually directed by Tope Adebayo and yourself, Itele the Icon. So I think maybe for subsequent projects, you can take a step back and allow people help you, or people that can actually kill stories, help you interpret this story more. You understand? And I think you're going to make a fantastic job come the next movie. And also, Egbon, you were shouting too much in the movie. Any small thing, like say Shongo, Emma, calm down, dear, but I tell her. I try and be calming down. I usually don't do this. I hate making comparisons between actors or movies. But then we could tell from Jagun, Femi Adebayo didn't need to shout. You understand? Before he could actually create that impression of a fearful warrior in us. But his countenance alone spoke for itself. You understand? And I don't think you necessarily needed to shout before you could actually create that fear factor in us. If there was anything you did, you ended up watching the whole character. In my own opinion, you ended up watching the whole character more than even creating a fear factor in people. You understand? As bad as the movie was, I think there were still some things they got right. Especially talking about the cinematography. I think the cinematography was good, wasn't exactly bad. But I think they can actually do better. I think they can do better. And then the lighting as well. I think they tried with the lighting. There were some brilliant shots I saw in the movie, and I think that was good. That was good. Yeah. In the words of veteran actor and film producer Kunle Afolayan, he says, and I quote, "Anytime I watch a movie, I'm always looking out for ways in which a movie should not be made." I think this movie perfectly matches up that description. This movie is a perfect example of how movies, especially top movies, are not supposed to be made. Now let's dive right into our scorecard. and let's see what this movie brings out as the overall. In terms of cinematography, this movie has a 0.3. In terms of directing, this movie has a 0.2. Editing, this movie has a 0.3. Storyline, this movie has a 0.2. Storytelling, this movie has a 0.2. Story execution, this movie has a 0.2. Suitability for the audience, it has a 0.1. For the acting, it gets a 0.2. For the music, it gets a 0.2. And for the theme of the movie, it gets a 0.2 as well. Overall, this movie has a total rating of 2.3 over 10. And this is a bland rating. Judging by our own rating system, it is a bland movie. Yes, it is a bland movie. I believe in next, maybe the subsequent ones, but Itele is going to do better. I believe because he's someone I root for anytime, any day. And he has my respect anytime. Respect, Edmond. Respect. For more movie reviews like this and beautiful contents as well, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Also, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at PartyJollof Africa. See you some other time. Thank you.